Hello, this is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is August 15, 2010. This is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for the U.S. markets. Let's begin by basically going for a normal disclaimer. All the charts are either in Thinkorswim or TradeStation. Okay, here are my contact details. You can find all the information in regards to Ichimoku and other things that we offer at eiicapital.com. You could also follow us on Twitter under the name Ichimoku Trading. Let's begin as we normally do by looking at the ES mini futures on a weekly basis. As we mentioned in last week's video, we're kind of key a resistance level. As you can see, we kind of got right back to that resistance level and then bounced off it and came right back down. The key level now is what's going to happen here at this Tinkinson. So at the bottom side, on the support side, you have this level here, which is 1066, and then eventually you have the 1041 for the ES mini futures. So it's very critical to see exactly what happens at these levels. Right now, we don't know what's going to happen. Some people are looking at these as a minor head and shoulders. This is a shoulder, head, and this could be a shoulder, or that could be a shoulder, or you can look at this as double top. However, there's no confirmations on the weekly time frame at all right now. As you can see, the charts are in confusion. However, if it does go below 1041, there is a high possibility it can trend all the way down to here, which is at the 907 level. It's probably due to all the panic that will happen and everything if the S&P starts breaking down. This week's kind of a key week to see exactly what happens. Let's go look at the daily time frame and let's zoom in. Daily time frame, you can see that it had a hard time trying to break above this resistance line, which is right on the flat part of the Kumo cloud, which is a major resistance. You can see basically it tried a couple times, failed, and then finally broke down. We closed below the Kijun-sen. However, it really doesn't mean anything. Reason why is we are in the cloud still on the daily time frame. Tinkinson, Kijun-sen are still bullish. The Kumo future is still bullish. So it's very key to kind of see exactly what happens here at this 1066 level. If it gets there, there's a high possibility it's going to break below the cloud and come below here, 1052, and come to here. So really, there's nothing really there right now on the daily time frame either. You can zoom down into lower time frames and play those trades, either bullish or bearish. There's no commitment at all right now on anything. But I'll be very careful playing anything even on the lower time frames right now, because we got major chaos that's going on, and you don't have daily or weekly telling you any trend is occurring. Let's quickly look at the 4 hour. If you look at the 4 hour, not quite sure. Oh, right, here's what it. If you look at the 4 hour, basically it is bearish now. However, you need to kind of break down below this level here, 1066. So you really need to sit there, break lower to see exactly what's going to happen here. Excuse me. To sit there and take any trades right now. If you were going to play this, I would definitely try to probably play on the bearish side for the E-mini S&P futures. Let's go look at the NASDAQ. Remember, we were talking about if you're going to short anything, look at the NASDAQ. The E-mini S&P futures, and if you're going to try to go long anything, look at the NASDAQ. So let's go look at the NASDAQ weekly as we normally do. And if you look at the weekly, basically we have closed below the Kijun-sen, but we're right at it, so it's kind of borderline there. But we did go right at our support of 1809, which is exactly what we're looking at. So again, this is nothing right here at all that's going on. It doesn't tell us anything at all, but it's still more bullish than the S&P mini futures. Reason why is look at this future cloud right there. So let's go look at our daily. In our daily, we are in the cloud too, just like the S&P mini futures. And again, there is conflict among all the time frames. So really, there's nothing at all right now on any of the time frames that you can see. So time is to be patient and kind of see exactly what happens with the futures. Let's go look at the Dow futures, since we've covered both of them. If you look at the Dow futures, same scenario. nothing going on. We haven't even got to the Tenkan Center at all. In fact, this looks a little more bullish than the S&P futures. Reason why is on the weekly, we haven't even got to the Tenkan Center at all. So this actually looks a little more bullish uh, than the S&P mini futures, and a little more on the Nasdaq. However, on the Nasdaq, you got a thicker cloud than here in the future, but here. So really, there's nothing here either. That's a summary of everything. It's just conflict all over the place. Um, and if you look at the Dow futures, they actually haven't gone that bad down compared to the Nasdaq and the S&P mini futures, because all the others are pretty much in the cloud and more than halfway through the cloud, whereas the Dow futures are pretty much here. So maybe you can sit there and choose a Dow stock to go bullish, but be very careful right now. Again, this is the weekly Ichimoku webinar for stocks. If you have any questions, please contact us at EII Capital. We have a discussion forum, everything there, available for everyone.